Cheltenham Science Festival, we build what we call these interactive zone spaces. They're big tents and they're full of kind of scientific content that the general public can come in for free and interact with working scientists and ask questions, but also, do things. It's really hands-on. In Cheltenham and in the southwest, we have a big cybersecurity community. So it really made sense that one of our zones was themed around cybersecurity. Initially, we created this tent and we called it the Cyber Zone. What we realised after we did the Cyber Zone was we'd fallen into these stereotypical kind of ways to think and talk about cybersecurity. There's kind of this stereotype around hackers who are young men wearing hoodies, they're slumped over a computer and hacking. And we'd sort of fallen into this stereotype. So what we wanted to do was do something different.
I was interested in looking at how to think about cyber in new ways, to make the industry and the sector much more accessible and open to a wider range of people, particularly thinking about skills and the next generation of people coming through into the sector. The next step was to gather some stakeholders, and that is when Marika introduced Gary.
I worked collaboratively with the Cheltenham Science Festival and all of the organisations to produce some ideas. The arcade was the one which the partners seemed most enthusiastic about. It was based upon a seaside arcade where people go in. It's a welcoming space for everyone. What I did was curate a series of activities and events which were around the softer skills needed in cybersecurity. It showcased that you don't have to be a computing scientist or you don't have to be really focused on technical expertise to have a place in cybersecurity.
It certainly became a destination space. People were talking about it and wanted to try out the interactives. That made it a great success because people there are then interacting with cybersecurity, they're learning all these different skills, but they're having fun, and that's really the goal of the Science Festival.
Some of the personal stories were so beautiful, particularly with neurodiverse young people and severely disabled young people who were able to communicate using assistive technologies and help to explain that to able-bodied young people, all in the context of cybersecurity and STEM.
I absolutely loved working with Gary because he's so knowledgeable on science festivals and he really got the brief. No one else has got an arcade on their science festival like us. No one else is tackling this diversity in the cybersecurity sector like we are.
My vision is that people feel included in science, included in the STEM industries, included in cybersecurity, and for the workforce to allow people to feel included and valued, no matter their background.
To anyone who has a challenge and is thinking about collaborating with Napier, I would just say don't delay, just do it. There'll definitely be arcades going forward. We want to keep innovating, we want to keep attracting partners in there. The ultimate goal is we'd want to keep inspiring the young people who are going to be, the future cybersecurity experts.